Top 8 swordsmen of all time. Mihawk, Ryoma, Shanks, Rox, Rox again, Roger, Harold, and Rayleigh. Okay, let's just kind of break this down a little bit. Let's go from the top. These two are obviously swordsmen, right? They train, they wield, like everything that you typically see in a swordsman about how much they take care of their sword, right? They almost give their sword a personality, right? They are fit the description of what a swordsman is. Shanks and, let's just add these both because obviously this is like Domi reversied, Rox, and then Shanks. Shanks also, right? Like these two actually, Rox and Roger, he has the same fighting style. Like Shanks' fighting style, as we can see in the God Valley flashback with Rox's final move, right, with Garp, you can see that Roger's actually a two-handed swordsman, right? He does use the sword as his primary weapon, so you would think within that you are a swordsman. And he actually resembles a lot of Zoro. When he's powering up, he's like this, he's double-handed, right? Zoro's typically single-handed, right? And Shanks would probably follow in that same light. And it does kind of make sense that, Mihawk doesn't want to duel since he lost his arm, because that could have been his primary fighting style, two-handed swordsmanship. And now he uses one, so yeah, he is weaker. They still are swordsmen. Both of these guys are swordsmen, right? Rox, same thing. Rox, his primary attacks were with, swords. They may not have like the same attributes as the people above, where they, take care and pamper their sword and really treat the sword as a living entity, but they use the sword nevertheless. Rayleigh's kind of in the same boat here, right? Rayleigh uses a sword primarily for his fighting style. He did use some forms of kicks way back when in Shibuya Archipelago against Kuzan, right? But I'm kind of with the Dark King here and thinking he does follow more into the swordsmanship. There's a huge theory going around that Rayleigh could have been Mihawk's father, or Rayleigh could have been actually the previous strongest swordsman, the world's strongest swordsman, but that gets kind of muddy because people are saying that about Roger. They're saying that about, potentially Shanks. So as of right now, though, Rayleigh, I do think is a swordsman. Maybe not the top one, but that could change, right? Harold, I don't know. This is the one thing that Harold, we're all in this Elbaf flashback, and we've seen him time and time again, right, fighting, but it's kind of like mixed. There's kind of a mixture of everything. And of all the people here, right, even Rox twice, Harold is the least likely person to be a swordsman, in my opinion. But tell me what you guys think, right? Top 8 swordsmen thus far in the series, including Rox twice, let me know.